Hey there everybody, Kyle with Dirt Bike Channel here. You've got me on the couch, so I'm your therapist for the day. And the question that I want to answer, or at least just bring up, is are you too late to get into this sport? See, I get emails from a lot of different people all the time, and one of the common threads, and maybe you've heard me talk about this, one of the common threads over the last 8 or 10 years is guys coming to me and saying like, hey, I've been watching your videos, I'm watching some other videos on YouTube, and I would really like to get into dirt biking, but I think I'm too late because I'm 40, I'm 50, or I'm 30, or I'm 20. And a lot of people are just like, they feel like they're so far behind the game and they're too old to get into dirt biking. And I want to literally just smash that myth right now. One of the best things about this sport is the fact that you can have fun at this at any age. And it isn't all about just like ripping and going fast or going off huge jumps or anything like that. There's so much more nuance here to dirt biking. And it's just been incredibly rewarding. So, if you're one of those people that's kind of on the fence and trying to figure out, should I do it, should I not, am I too old, has the boat left me? Let me just look right into the camera and say, you are not too late. This sport is awesome, and it doesn't really matter how old you are. Even if you're 60 or 70, I have ridden with people that are over 80 years old and absolutely pounding and flying on the trails or out in the sand dunes or wherever. This sport is just something, it helps to keep you young. It's the biggest reason for me why I have stayed in shape, and I'm in probably the best shape of my whole life. I'm 40, turning 41 here in just a quick minute, and I'm literally in the best shape of my whole life, and it's because of this sport. It forces you to get better. It forces you to work on your core. It forces you to work on your cardio. And right now I'm focusing on some strength training, trying to gain a little bit of weight. But this sport, it's so fantastic because you can start slow, and if you get the right gear, you know, you get a good helmet, you get good boots, the rest of the stuff we can debate on, and then you just get out there on that motorcycle, the one that you bought. We can talk about different motorcycles that are good for you that you might want to be looking for. I've got several. If you want to email me, Kyle@dirtbikechannel.com. Also, if you want to support what we're doing here, literally the best way to do it is to use my links to Rocky Mountain ATV. It's down in the video description, or you can find them over on my website, dirtbikechannel.com. And you click on my link, and then you can buy anything Rocky Mountain ATV/MC, Rocky Mountain ATV sells, and it gives me a referral bonus. So that would be absolutely fantastic. But let's continue just talking about the bikes and talking about getting into the sport. See, a common misconception people have is that dirt bikes are all about going fast. And while yes, there is that side of it, and a lot of people like that, and I enjoy that, there's also this other side of it, which is going slow. Learning balance and gaining balance and gaining coordination on the bike. And you can do these things with like all the time you go out. One of the things that I love to do each time I get on a bike is just to do a full lock turn and just practice on my balance a little bit. And I'm not crazy with it, you know, and I don't like force myself and get like to where it's burnout or whatever. But there's little things that we can do on the bike every time that we get on that just make it really, really fun, where you can work on balance, you can work on maybe a pivot turn, you could work on wheelies. I'm not like a great wheelier, but there's all of these types of things that we can learn on and that we can improve with. So yeah, I'd say go out there and find a bike. Let's start looking for a bike for you. I know that the bike market, the off-road motorcycle market, has gotten really crazy. Especially with COVID. Used bikes are expensive, new bikes are expensive. Flip side of that argument, where it's a benefit, is they're holding their value really well, and you'll get like really good resellability out of a bike. So if you get a bike, let's say you budget $4,000 up to $10,000 or whatever, and you buy the bike and you try it for a year or two, you can get most of your money back out of the bike. So it's not like a huge risk. A big problem that we have in this sport is just the barrier to entry. It's so overwhelming because the bike costs so much, the gear costs so much, and all this stuff. I would just say though that yeah, if you've got some disposable income, this is a fantastic way to get out there and get enjoying your life. I mean, there's a ton of things we could be doing, but for me, I've done a lot of different things, okay? I've done everything from long range shooting to golf to guitar, and a lot of different things in between. I've done aviation and obviously a lot of different stuff in my careers as far as making money and stuff. But there's been nothing that has bit me harder than dirt bikes, and it's the entire thing. I love all aspects of it. And you know, maybe you won't, but I'm just sitting there saying, let's take a chance. Let's take a chance. This sport literally changed the trajectory of my life. Nothing else has done that. No other thing, sport, hobby, pastime, whatever, you name it, nothing has been so impactful to me. And I want to share that with anyone who will listen. Because as our sport grows and as our groups grow, we get more power, we get more influence, and then we can help to, further the sport, open up new trails, keep trails open. We have to be responsible though, you know what I mean? So you don't want to go out there and be causing problems. You don't want to be the guy wheeling down the road in your neighborhood, and you don't want to be the guy ripping up the trails or destroying the trails or anything like that. We want to build responsible users within our community. And you probably are that. Literally, I get emails from guys every day, if not every day, it's every other day, of saying like, hey, look, I had a bike when I was, I had a dirt bike when I was a teenager, and I maybe raced a little bit, did some amateur stuff, but then I got married and had to sell the bike because of kids and bills and all that other stuff. And then people are saying like, but I'm thinking I might want to get back into it. And sometimes you're 30, 40, 50, 60, even 70. And my plea to you is yes, do it. Jump, make the jump. Obviously, you got to make sure that you've got the finances. You got to make sure that you take care of your family. But there is so much value and so much benefit here. And it has changed my life in ways that I couldn't have anticipated before. I have more confidence, I have more drive, I have more passion for life because I have that outlet. I mean, let's face it, guys and gals too, we need an outlet. We need a reason to get up in the morning. We need, stupid phone. I thought I had my phone on silent, but we need a reason to get out there and to just start moving and start going and live our lives and give us something to look forward to. And that's one of the big things that dirt bikes does for me, is it gives me something to shoot for, something to look forward to, something to occupy my mind. And then once I get out there on the bike, and you guys have probably heard this if you watch my videos, it's just a way for me to recharge. I get to focus. My mind becomes sharper, my thoughts become more focused when I'm out there. It is like the best form of therapy. People talk about throttle therapy. You might have heard that term before. It's a thing. It's a real thing. There are so many times that I've had, loved ones in my life that are like, hey, you're too cranky, Kyle. You need to go out there and you need to go for a ride, because when you come back, you'll be a better man. You'll be a better, you'll be a better father. And it is so true. So, man, if you're on the fence and you're wondering, should I or should I not? First question is, yeah, you got to make sure that you're doing it responsible. Make sure that the needs of your family are met. And then let's just have you step over the fence. We got a lot of fence sitters here. Let's just have you swing that leg over and jump right into dirt bikes. And I can help be your guide. Send me an email, kyle@dirtbikechannel.com. If you're questioning what bike you should get or what gear you should get, let's schedule a call. Like I have spots on my website, slots that you can sign up for. Let me consult you. And I would love to help guide you through this process. It would have been, I had some really good friends that kind of helped me get started in this sport. If you don't have a friend in this sport, let me be that friend for you. Let me be that guide for you and answer some of those questions for you. This is what I do for a living. You guys have been fantastic to support this, and I want to give back to the sport that has given me so much. Sometimes I become emotional when I even start thinking about this stuff, because the amount, let's just be honest, guys, dirt bikes have paid me back more than I have paid into it. And that is a fact. And the people that know me the most and have followed me the closest, you'll know what I'm talking about. So yeah, let's have you jump over and let's have you get into bikes. Let me help you if that would be helpful. And let's take that jump. Again, if you want to support what I'm doing, use the links to Rocky Mountain ATV. I have a sweepstakes coming up where I give away bikes. It'll start June 1st. I'm going to be giving away both my Hondas, the CRF 450RX and the CRF 250RX. The sweepstakes will last 30 days, so June 1 to June 30th, and that's a fantastic time to support what we're doing by maybe buying a t-shirt on my website, buying some tie downs. I've got a bunch of stuff over there. We've got microfiber towels and just a bunch of different things for you guys to kind of get involved with this. So thank you from the bottom of my heart by watching this. If I've earned your subscription, please click subscribe and make sure to stay tuned for other videos that we have, that we'll have coming out. But yeah, let's make the jump into dirt bikes. Thank you so much for listening, and lead a single track.